Let's make Samoas, also known as caramel delights. These delicious cookies are filled with coconut, chocolate, and a sugar cookie crust. Are you ready? Let's get started. So the first thing that we start with is creaming the butter with the sugar. And we do that until it is soft and fluffy. And we also will be adding the egg yolk. And here I'm just adding the flour and the salt and cornstarch. And that's going to bake in a 350-degree oven. But it's going to be like a crumbly crust that we're going to press into the pan. And as you can see here, it takes a minute or two to get it all mixed in. And we're going to line the pan with tin foil. This is an important step because after the cookie is set, we just pull it out of the glass with the tin foil and then take the tin foil off and cut our bars. And it's a lot easier to do that. So here I'm just emptying out the crust into the 9x13 pan. And I just want to make it even. It doesn't have to be perfect. I tried using something flat and hard just to help because it was kind of tricky to get that going. And then I smoothed down the edges too. I'm going to put that in the oven for about 12 minutes. It should be golden brown. It is going to go back. And so while that is baking, I am going to make my coconut and caramel mixture. So this caramel I made from scratch also, and that recipe is also available in the description. And you basically just are going to take coconut and add the caramel to that, and you're going to mix it all up until it's all mixed. So we're just going to mix the caramel in. It looks so good. This is just a caramel sauce. You don't have to make your own. You can get store-bought. This is about 8 ounces. I wanted to save a little bit of the caramel sauce. But then this is done baking. I'm going to take it out and have my chocolate chips ready to go on it. So I had to get my trusty little towel. All right, so that's out, and then I'm just going to sprinkle chocolate chips on top while it's hot. And that's going to melt the chocolate chips. And I just will spread it out a little bit to make it even. In about 5 minutes, I'll come back and spread that out evenly over the cookie dough. All right, so it's been 5 minutes, and then I'm going to just spread that chocolate. And it's okay if there's still some that are not melted completely, because this is going back in the oven, and it will definitely finish melting while it's in there. But this just helps spread that chocolate. Super easy step. It's nice that we don't have to heat the chocolate and then pour it on. But you definitely could if you wanted to. So delicious. My coconut and caramel mixture, and I'm going to just put that on top of the chocolate and spread that around. for a even layer. You guys have no idea how delicious this smells. It is divine. Like, you really gotta try it. And I would say, like, once you start making things at home, like, nothing even compares. This is one of our favorite flavors of Girl Scout cookies. And I just, with all the unknown ingredients that are in it, I just can't. And so making this from scratch has been amazing because I know exactly what's in it. Organic ingredients, use the sugar and flour that I like. And it is just so much better. So then we're going to put this in the oven for another 10 minutes or so. And this is just to kind of get the flavors to blend a little bit. We're still kind of baking the crust, and it'll be ready when the coconut is a little brown. And so while that is finishing, then I'm going to melt chocolate drizzle for the top. And I just use a medium-sized saucepan with an inch of water or so, and then just one of my bowls. You can use a glass bowl or a metal bowl. And I just dump the chocolate chips in there. You could also use the microwave in like 30-second increments, but I prefer this method. I just feel like it heats up more evenly and is less opening and closing of microwave doors. I really have no reason except for I like it this way. So you do you, boo. All right, so we're gonna melt that chocolate down. It takes about a minute once it gets hot. And then as soon as that timer is done, you can just let this sit for a little bit if you're still waiting for your chocolate to come together like I was. And it was almost ready. And as soon as it gets to that point, then it becomes really smooth. I had used the towel at first to hold that's like the downfall of this method, is the bowl is hot. But you figure it out. Don't burn yourself. And then we're just going to mix this together until there's no chunks in it. And that looks so good. I was using a dark chocolate. And that is perfection. So I'm going to turn the heat off, and that is just going to drizzle on top of my bars. In this, I'm going to drizzle. We're going to just drizzle it over the whole top. You can obviously use less or more. And look at my cameraman's looking for her taste. Okay, be patient. Let me do this. Okay, be patient. Okay, there you get some. And then that is done. I'm going to let that cool to like room temperature. And then I put it in the fridge overnight. So this is the next morning. You don't have to wait a whole overnight, but at least an hour. So like you just want this to firm up. It's going to be a lot easier to cut. And then I'm going to just cut these into strips. And see here, I'm just pulling off the tin foil. from the pan. Kind of bonus is there's not really dirty dishes with this one, or crusty dirty dishes. So there's that. I'm going to cut it in half and then again in half. And then I'm going to cut them into strips and they will be ready to serve. So there we have Samoa's, delicious Samoa's. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more videos. I'm making your life a little easier.